Good morning, guys. This is Miss Avila with Literacy Lesson 114. Our objectives today are reading the sound of the phonograms AU and AW. Both make the sound ah. We're going to be identifying antonyms as words that are opposites and reviewing myths. Let's review some words with AW. Crawl, lawn, draw, straw, paw, lawful, and yawn. So if you notice, AW, usually goes at the end of the word or towards the end of the word. Not always, but most of the times that's where you're going to see it. Ah. Some words with AU, August, automatic, faucet, vault, haunted, pause, because, sauce. So AU is usually at the beginning of a word or in the middle, but it's never found at the end of the word, like AW. So let's review antonyms. Antonyms are words that have opposite meanings. If you don't remember, synonyms are two words that have the same meanings. So antonyms would be examples like a warm drink versus a cold drink, big animal versus a small animal, a fast object versus a slow object. Let's talk about where you would see antonyms and why they're important for you to know. Dictionaries include a word's definition, synonyms, and antonyms to better help you understand the meaning of a new word. So let's say I was reading a book and I came across the word ambitious. She was an ambitious student. I didn't know the word ambitious or what it meant, so I would look it up in a dictionary, and in that dictionary, it would include the definition of ambitious, having or showing a strong desire to succeed. I don't completely know what ambitious means though. So, to better help you understand, dictionaries include synonyms, words that mean almost the same thing as ambitious, aspiring, determined, enterprising. Okay, so I know that she could be a determined student. Antonyms are also included to help you understand the complete opposite of that word. So my antonym for ambitious here is lazy. So I know that if an antonym is the opposite, she is the opposite of lazy. She's not a lazy student. Some more antonyms are soft versus hard. A careless person is the opposite of a cautious person. Empty versus full. Noisy versus quiet. Dirty is the opposite of clean. And sweet, its antonym is sour. Now, the last week that we were in school, we were talking about myths. Do you remember any of these myths? Narcissus, the man who loved to look at his reflection. The myth of Echo, the woman who was beautiful but loved to hear herself talk and talk and talk. Or King Midas and his golden touch, who ended up touching his own daughter and turning her into gold. Myths are stories that ancient cultures, usually Greece or Romans, to explain the mysteries of the world. These stories explain why something is the way it is. For example, the myth of Echo. Echo's myth explained why an echo is the way it is. Usually myths also teach a valuable lesson or moral lessons, like being honest. Myths are similar to legends, but legends have heroes, and myths have gods, and also sometimes people with supernatural powers, just like King Midas and his golden touch. A new myth that I'm going to present to you is called Goodah and the Fire. So the setting of this myth takes place long ago and long before fire was any actual thing. It wasn't created, it wasn't known to man. So this myth is a fictional story explaining how fire came into the world. Long ago, there was a famous magician named Goodah. One night, during a storm, Goodah captured a piece of lightning as it came down from the sky. He trapped this piece of lightning and began to use it to make small fires for himself. The people in his tribe were amazed and demanded that he share his discovery, but Goodah refused to share the fire. The elders became so upset with him that one day, as Goodah began to make a fire with his lightning, they created a whirlwind in the sky, kind of like a small tornado. The whirlwind picked up the fire and scattered it all over the country. People in all the tribes began picking up the fire and using it themselves. Goodah was laughed at and fled to the hills, never to be seen again. So in this myth, fire was created from a piece of lightning that this man captured. It also includes a moral lesson like share with others. Don't be selfish. Okay, guys, that's all for now. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you next week. I missed you guys so much. Bye.